my review of WrestleMania. I'm still in my pajamas. This is in the UK, obviously it starts like 1 a.m. in the morning, so it's not the easiest thing watching it. So what I'm going to give you guys is my favorite spot in each match, the winner, and my grade for each match out of 5. So I've just got notes on my phone here. I don't know if you guys can actually see this. Yeah, that's just my notes. Okay, so match 1 was, I'm doing both nights in one. Match 1 was Rhea versus Becky. Now, the base spot of the match was in the outside. So Rhea had Becky up for an electric chair, and they managed to get to the outside while keeping hold of this. And Rhea delivered an electric chair to the outside. Rhea went over. I think that was fairly predictable because Becky's contract, I think, is up. And match 4.5 stars out of 5. Next was the 6-pack challenge for the tag team championships. Now what they did was they hung up both the tag team championships on separate hooks, which was kind of obvious that it's going to be 2 different champions. The spot of the match, yeah, there were so many. It's a ladder match. Of course there's going to be multiple spots, but my favorite spot was New Catch Republic, both doing a what's the move called? Backflip. Not a backflip. Kurt Angle used to do it. Moonsault. There we go. Moonsault from the ladders onto the guys on the outside. The first tag straps was won by A-Town Down Under. The crowd booed, of course. Another cool spot in this match was Awesome Truth. R-Truth getting a hot tag in the middle of a ladder match. That was just brilliant. R-Truth is a national treasure. And then Awesome Truth winning the other tag straps do a massive pop. Next match was the Lucha match. It was heatless. It was, in my opinion, not the best match ever. Now, one thing, there was one amazing spot. So Andrade was on the top rope. The Dom and Santos was on the outside, and Ray got on Andrade's shoulders, and they did a double crossbody to the outside sorry, I keep bumping my mic. Onto the outside, onto their opponents, and it looked like Andrade really hit his face hard. The Philadelphia Eagles, Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson interfered. Now, what I didn't like about this match is it's supposed to be a normal tag match. Normal tag matches, they've got disqualification as a stipulation. Now, there was multiple times where they could have gotten disqualified. And of course, the older luchadors, Rey Mysterio and Andrade, went over. By the way, the ladder match, 4 stars. This match, it was a good match with the 4 competitors in the match. Of course, it's going to be a good match, but it's just 3.5 stars. That's the best I can do. Then it was the Usos, the brothers facing off. Now, this was one of the first times when the face dominates the match, like completely dominates the match. Let me just see if I can quickly put a light on here for you guys. I didn't even put a light on. I'm still exhausted here. Let me just put a light on. It might make this a little bit better. There we go. Does that change the quality? I don't know. So the Usos, Jey Uso dominated the match. Usually the heel dominates and then the face gets the comeback. Didn't happen. So the best part of the match was Jey getting ready to super kick Jimmy while he was on his knees, and Jimmy kind of stops him and like begs, and I'm sorry, blah 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 blah. And then Jey kind of falls forward and Jimmy super kicks him. But ultimately, Jey won the match. 3-star match, possibly the worst match on the entire card, in my opinion. Women, the best part of the match, Ballet looked incredible in this match, but Ballet, she cleared the ring off all the heels, damage control, and well, not cleared the ring, she laid them all out and then did a moonsault backflip onto all 3 of them. That was a brilliant spot. Jade Cargill looked greener than green, but Ballet looked amazing. The rest of the competitors all looked amazing. 3 stars, not the greatest match ever. Sammy Gunther, IC Championship, hard hitting match from both guys. They hit the tar out of each other, but brilliant match. Spot of the match came close to the end where Sammy dropped Gunther on his head, turnbuckle, a brainbuster on the turnbuckle from the top rope. Amazing spot. I don't know how Gunther didn't break his neck. And Sammy going over, 4-star match. Sammy IC champion. Next was the Bloodline versus the Rock and Reigns versus Cody and Seth. This was kind of an attitude era match. Rocky dropping multiple F-bombs. Rocky threatening the ref if he disqualifies him, threatening the ref if he gets a count out because the ref is going to get fired. So this was kind of an attitude era match. I enjoyed it quite a bit. My favorite spot was Reigns giving a spear to Rock by accident, and Rock's face, how he sells that spear, was absolutely incredible. Bloodline ultimately goes over. A 3.5-star match. Now next we're going into night 2, the Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest match. The spot of the match, Drew McIntyre, Seth versus Drew McIntyre, spoiling what happened. Drew is a big guy and he went for a Claymore and Seth caught him and gave him a powerbomb. That's incredible strength. That's definitely the spot in the match. Seth ultimately losing his championship, 4.5-star match. Then Drew and CM Punk having a bit of a trash talk, and then the whole crowd or the whole arena turns purple. Damian Priest cashes in and Damian Priest is your new champ. Drew was champ for like 15 seconds or something, but the original match, 4.5 stars, brilliant match. 6-man tag match, the Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus Last Testament. This match had no heat going into it, but it was surprisingly a fun match. Bubba Ray being the special guest referee. Now my favorite spot of the match was just because it was goofy, was the faces, of course, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits bumping each other in the chest and then get the tables. Bubba Ray Dudley also involved in that. And my prediction was wrong. Lashley and the Street Profits went over. Fun match, 3.5 stars. Next was LA Knight versus AJ Styles. LA Knight did a fantastic spot. A German suplex from the top of the rope. Avalanche German suplex. Knight ultimately gets the win, 3.5 stars, solid match. Next was the Logan Paul, KO and Orton match. And it was funny, Logan Paul tried to turn them against each other, but ultimately they teamed up again with each other against Logan Paul, but eventually obviously it broke down and the two of them had a bit of a scuffle as well. My favorite spot of the match was LA Knight. Sorry, I'm very tired. Logan Paul doing a double slingshot clothesline on both of them. Ultimately, Logan Paul went over, 4-star match. Next match was the Women's Championship. My favorite spot was where Io Sky jumped onto the barricade and then tried to jump, and then my light just went off anyway. Sorry about that. The light just deal with what you're getting. Sky jumping onto the barricade and then leaps for Bayley, and Bayley turns it into a powerbomb. Bayley ultimately wins, solid match, but what can you expect from Io Sky and Bayley? Brilliant workers, 4-star match. Then the main event. So the main event was, of course, Cody versus Seth, and because of the previous night's main event, it was a Bloodline Rules match. Now, my favorite spot of the match was when Reigns reversed a disaster kick into a powerbomb, and then ultimately we got Jimmy came to interfere, and then Jay came to even the odds. Then Solo came to interfere, then Cena came, and Cena got a massive pop to even the odds, and Cena giving Solo I almost called it a FU, attitude adjustment through the announce table. Then the final boss, The Rock, came out. Him and John Cena had a square of John Cena, you can't see me. The Rock bottomed Cena. And then Seth Rollins came out, and it didn't go so well, but then ultimately Gong and Undertaker, and the crowd absolutely lost it. And ultimately Cody went over, and then he went on the mic, called out Triple H and Bruce Pritchard, thanked them for the opportunity, and if it wasn't for them, he wouldn't be there, blah blah blah. All of the baby faces came into the ring. Sami Zayn, Kevin, like all the baby faces came into the ring, celebrated with him, and ultimately 4.5-star match. And this Mania, I would give it 4 stars. This would go in A+ or S tier. Very, very, very good Mania. But what did you guys think? Peace.